Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushua, Ba'Shem Harakah Kadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and Shalom to all the brothers doing the work saying the truth. Um, just kind of wanted to touch on, a few scriptures, just on, on those that ate the loaves and they were filled, and no, just reading the scriptures came to mind because, especially with this modern kind of age, this modern era, that kind of that mindset, that approach of just if you're just out here giving people grub or whatever, then it's like people are gonna assume it's as a positive, it's a good thing. But then the reality of these things is a lot of this bullshit is just even when you do good, it depends. It matters who you do that good to, because people might think, oh, it's just I help this guy. His hard up is blah blah blah. And that guy could be, he could be a fucking cannibal, man. He could be a murderer. Like you like who you do it to is also a factor. And then that's why it's like the whole charity thing, is vanity ultimately. And that's a form it kind of takes in this world anyway. It's really used as a form of someone to kind of be like, oh look, now I can, regardless of what I do in my life, it's like, it's I'm having a net positive effect on the world kind of approach. So John 6:22, the day following, when the people which stood on the other side of the sea saw that there was none other boat there, save that the one whereinto his disciples were entered, and that Yahushua went not with his disciples into the boat, but that his disciples were gone away alone. Howbeit there came other boats from Tiberias nigh unto the place where they did eat bread after the Lord had given thanks. So Yahushua had basically done, the miracle feeding. I believe it was a 5,000 at this time. And then, the disciples dipped in a boat, and then Yahushua made his way across on the water as well after, and then joined them on their side. So, these men were, they were trying to find, like, damn, they ate. Must have been like, yo, the loaf sweet. And then we're just like, yo, where this Yahushua so we can't eat? Man wanted the belly full. But it says what? Verse 24, when the people therefore saw that Yahushua was not there, neither his disciples, they also took shipping and came to Capernaum seeking for Yahushua. So these men were so, so besotted with the meal that they were like dashing after Yahushua, like they got in the ship to follow Yahushua. That's wild, bro. It's like, here in the UK, in the UK, in London, we got the River Thames. It's like if it's like shooting those no bridges, but you're just gonna have man with a fed man on the north side of the river. Then he took a boat over to the south side of the river, and then man just like, yo. Next day, man just like, yo, where's he at? So he went to the south. Man just there on the boat, cruising across the river to go get to him, to be like, yo, wagwan. But that's that's the further they had, which it could think like, oh, maybe they'll maybe they wanted to get them spiritual lessons. But what's it say? Verse 25 So it says, and when they had found him on the other side of the sea, they said unto him, Rabbi, when camest thou hither? Yahushua, verse 26, Yahushua answered them and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, ye seek me, not because you saw the miracles, but because you did eat the loaves and were filled. And yeah, it's wild because, miracle is done. But then these men are just thinking about, yamming up the food. That's all they're kind of, putting it to. But that again shows, like, with the, even though those miracles were done, and regardless of what we got in the book, it says there was so many miracles done, like, it couldn't even, like, you'd be filling up a whole other book talking about all these miracles. That wasn't even like these were just the miracles done. It was like there's more miracles done, and you still had people that were, that wanted to put Yahweh to death, that were against him. Because why? It wasn't, it wasn't just about it being shown or told to them. Is, it comes down to the spirit. Those that are going to receive it, really is those that are going to receive it, really it's down to the spirit, man. Because these guys saw the miracle. They would have been there like, damn. It's like, what was it, 5 loaves, 3 fishes, I believe. And then all that fed the 5,000, and you're just like, damn. But these men are just like, yo, man wanted to eat more. It says, labor not for meat which perisheth, but for the meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him hath the Most High the Father sealed. So yeah, labor not for the meat which perisheth. Because as far as, that's the thing is, for the man in the word, the meat what to be striving for is that spiritual meat, man. Where it's that's basically gonna build us up. There's this as well, Luke 22 and 14, it says, and when the hour was come, he sat down, and the 12 apostles with him, and he said unto them, with desire I have desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer. For I say unto you, I will not any more eat thereof until it be fulfilled in the kingdom of the Most High. And he took the cup and gave thanks and said, take this and divide it among yourselves. For I say unto you, I will not drink of the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of the Most High shall come. He said, verse 19, and he took bread and gave thanks and brake it and gave unto them, saying, this is my body which is given for you, this do in remembrance of me. So you even, with the Pesach, where, you have the bread and the wine, and then having the bread is the remembrance of Yahushua, and then, Yahushua is the word, man. It's that comfort, and that's what we need. That's the spiritual food, man. We're meant to be receiving that word within us, and that's the means by which we're basically going to be built up to receive that salvation. We're basically striving to be a part of Yahushua, part of that body, so that we can then, be covered by the grace, what Yahushua went on the cross for, to kind of cover our sins, so that we then have a route, to salvation, to the kingdom of heaven. And that's, that's the mindset, that's what you're meant to be looking, striving to, and basically nourishing yourself off. But obviously these guys were, they'll looking carnally, and that's the thing with a lot of the Jews, the Israelites, so like they were in Judea. The Israelites in Judea, hella them, they were of the bulk. They basically would have had papers. They would have known they were Israelites certifiably. But then, when it came to the mindset spiritually, that they were lacking. They basically weren't, a lot of these guys weren't of the elect, man. They weren't of the sheepfold that Yahushua was basically had come for, which are those that knew him. So John 6:27, labour not for the meat which perisheth, but for the meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him hath the power of the Father sealed. Then said they unto him, what shall we do that we might work the works of the Most High? Yahushua answered and said unto them, this is the work of the Most High, that ye believe on him whom he hath sent. And yeah, that's the thing as well, is those that believed, it wasn't, there was no hill to climb, there was no mountain to overcome to arrive at that belief. That's why it showed it's something that was south through the spirit. Because there were those, it's like the woman who had the issue of blood. She was just like, yo, if I can just touch, then I know I'm going to be healed of this. Because she had the faith. You had the centurion that came and was like, yo, he had a servant, I believe, that needed healing. It was like, no, I know. It's like, you don't even need to come. I know you got authority over these matters. So it's like, if you just give the order, then she'll, the servant would be healed. And that level of faith, that's what a lot of these Judeans, let's say, were sorely lacking. And it's evident as well, because even you have you had the word go out to the Israelite foreigners, the Israelites that were abroad. And then they received it much more. There was hella among them that received it. But then you had a lot of these stiff-necked, supremely stiff-necked Israelites that were in the land. And the thing is, they knew the scriptures spoke of Yahushua. That's why he said, look, this now has been fulfilled. This, essentially letting you know he who was going to be sent, after, is like, look, it's written of me, it spoke of me. But these are things that it's written of me. These are things that what do you call that? It wasn't for them to get. This is what verse 30. John 6 and 30, and it says, they said therefore unto him, what sign showest thou them, that we may see and believe thee? What dost thou work? Our fathers did eat manna in the desert, as it is written, he gave them bread from heaven to eat. Yeah, man still wanted that bread, man. It's funny still. Man was, I still wanted to eat. Verse 32, then Yahushua said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, Moses gave you not that bread from heaven, but my Father giveth you the true bread from heaven. For the bread of the Most High is he which cometh down from heaven and giveth life unto the world. Yeah, it's, that bread, Yahushua, was that bread, man, that gave life. Because it was the same with, you had that spiritual meat, the spiritual loaves, and then the wine as well. So they then said they unto him, Lord, evermore give us this bread. And Yahushua said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh unto me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. And yeah, that was, the hurdle to overcome. But the mindset of these guys is like, they're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna have to munch on your arm. It's like when I believe it was Gamaliel being told he needed to And it was the reason why Yahushua said like he totally needed to be born again. Then I was like, what? Am I gonna have to, go back into my mother's womb like and be born again to to fulfill that? But that was that was a mindset, these things that Yahushua was coming with. It was it was a bit much for me. So I read this, John 4. Let's start from verse 10. So it says, Yahushua answered and said unto her, If thou knewest the gift of the Most High, and who it is that saith to thee, Give me to drink, thou wouldest have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. The woman saith unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence hast thou that living water? And this is the Samaritan woman that was what do you call it? She was basically going back and forth. But then obviously, she didn't know who she was contending with. She didn't know who she was dealing with. And then, Yahushua basically runs rings around her and kind of just shows her like he knows what she's about. Because he cuts her in, the 5 husbands, which, speaks to her character. But okay, the woman saith unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw it with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well, and drank thereof himself, and his children, and his cattle? And Yahushua answered and said unto her, Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again, but whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water, springing up into everlasting life. And yeah, that's the thing that's what Yahushua is basically offering, is that food, that bread where you never hunger again, and that water that's that water of life, man, where you'll never thirst again. Because why? It's fulfilling spiritual needs, man. It's spiritual nourishment, and it's really for those that know Yahushua. It's for those of the elect, where they're gonna receive that nourishment, and it's gonna hold fast. It's gonna take root. And that's the thing. It's she heard that, and she was like, What the woman saith unto him, Sir, give me this water, that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw. And yeah, it sounds appealing, but she was, it wasn't for her. And that's the thing, for a lot of these people, it's basically not for them. So back in John 6. So John 6:35, and Yahushua said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. But I said unto you, that ye also have seen me and believe not. And that's the thing, is you already, like, you're asking for a sign, you're asking for a miracle, but you've already had one shown to you. And that's the thing, it's like I said, in this time there were so many miracles done that they, it would have been a whole new book by itself, just dealing with the miracles. Like, the number was immense. So that's the thing, is like those miracles done amongst Israel, that like all those you should have done already, been like, okay, yeah, no, this is Messiah, this is him, I'm following, regardless. Because that's the thing, is those men that saw little or less, and then we're just like, yo, look, now let me roll. I need to roll through. I need to. This is the man. This is who I need to follow. Verse 37. All that the Father giveth me shall come to me, and him that cometh to me I will in no wise cast out. For I came down from heaven not to do mine own will, but the will of him that sent me. And this is the Father's will which hath sent me, that of all which he hath given me I shall lose nothing, but should raise it up again at the last day. And yeah, those that have been given, by the Most High, that, Yahushua is not going to lose any. It's not going to be like, a guy's a member of the elect and he's just going to, hear the word and be like, nah, it's not going to take, it's all going to take root. That's the thing is you have examples, countless examples of the men where they heard it and it just like bang, they saw it. They were just like, they were there. They might have just seen Yahushua was on the scene and be like, okay, now I need to follow it. Now this is it. And then they just jumped up and then were hot stepping after it. So then, you have the guys where it's like, nah, I need a sign, and it's like a reason, like, who could he be? Could he be that prophet? Could he be like what who is he for? Is it Elijah? Like what, who's who? But then, when the spirit's on them, it's just like they're just like, yeah, no, that's the one. And then even when they'll reason, Yahushua asked them, said what, like, who do they say I am? And they say, some say this, some say that. And so, who do you think I am? So, it's the Son of the Living Power. It said, what? Flesh and blood's not revealed that to you, but the Spirit. Because, that's the Spirit that needs to reveal these things, man. And that's why, for the majority of people, these things it's too far above and beyond. And anyway, that's just among Jake. In the world, it's like they're basically having that huge mist, that dark fog, just in their brain, over their eyes, all their senses being darkened, so they can't even tell what the hell's going on. And this is the will of him that sent me, that everyone which seeth the Son and believeth on him may have everlasting life, and I'll raise him up at the last day. Yeah. So it's like, what's it say? It's even just to see and believe on him. That's you're already separated, man. You're already received an immense amount, man. I'll read this. Isaiah 55:1. It says, "Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye buy and eat. Yea, come buy wine and milk without money, and without price. Yeah, come buy and eat." It says, buy wine and milk without money and without price. Because as far as for this word is something that can be received for free. You don't need to be out here paying for like no courses. What's the fucking that Andrew Tate, what was it, Hustlers University or some shit, I can't even remember. But he was charging, thousands of pounds a month for you to learn, the supreme secret wisdoms of making money. But then what this this is the truth, this is the word. This is it's freely received it, freely give, I believe. I might be misquoting, but that's as far as it's we didn't need to pay thousands of pounds a month just to receive the word. It was you go on YouTube. It's like for the global brothers, like you would have been on YouTube and then you would have seen, and then it would have it would have taken root, and you'd be like, oh no, this is it, this is that word. Receive that freely, man. But I'll finish on this. Ezekiel 3:1 says, "Moreover he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel." So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. No, in my mouth as honey for sweetness. Yeah, so, we're given that roll, that truth. As it says, in the mouth is sweet as honey, and as honey for sweetness. And that's how this truth is, man. It's like, when you first receive it, it's sweet, it's beautiful to know, okay, so we're Israel. And being like, okay, so Yahushua is a so-called black man, find out, okay, so, so who's salvation's for? But like, okay, salvation's to Israel. But, you find these things that you're like, damn, okay, this is beautiful. And you read with comprehension, and then things start to line up. You're like, oh, okay, so this is, you realize that, because most Jake is will be in the world, they'll just be Christians. So with that, no, they'll just realize, like, okay, yeah, this is plain. This makes too much sense, and that's really how it hits. But then was it say, and he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak my words unto them, with my words unto them. For thou art not sent unto a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel. And yet, that's the thing as well, is with, with this word he was going out to, it's basically going to our own people. But then that's also becomes part of the, part of what makes it such a headache to deal with them, man. Because, these guys have them foreheads that's like an adamant harder than a flint. You try to deal with these guys, you're trying to talk to them in plain, straightforward language they can get. And, they're resisting heavily. But that's why it's the same thing as 2,000 years ago. There are those that, where they've essentially been built where it's for these men to receive it. And there's those where they ain't gonna be able to receive it no matter what, man. You could, you can try and distill it into any form, they ain't gonna receive it, man. It's basically gonna, their stomach's gonna reflux, and it ain't gonna be digested, because why? It's not for them. But that roll's meant to be as honey, man. It's meant to be sweet. Not to many people of a strange speech and of an hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-headed. And yeah, that's the other side. That's why it's like, these men saw the miracle, and all they could think of was the food, the grub. Man crossed waters, and then we're like, yeah, where the grub at? Which is funny, man, because it's like you see what just happened, like a miracle just happened, like. But that's that's the mindset. It's funny because now in the modern day, the only miracles people want to look at is Esau's miracles, man. The ones basically done, in the name of his system, of his world. Because that's kind of how, the mindset of how they're looking at things. They're just thinking like, yo, all those, spiritual matters, they're just thinking like, yo, nah, it being achieved calmly, that's of, greater significance. But then what does it say? Impudent and hard, from all the house of Israel, impudent and hard-headed. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. As an adamant harder than a flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. And yeah, That's the thing. It's like with, you receive this word, you got to go out and fish for more Israel, which was a result in, man. These men getting them with them brick adamantine foreheads. But you're trying to basically take them to war. Give them a good meal, and then they're resistant. But and that's how it's been, man. Not everyone can receive this, man. Not all Israel is of Israel, man. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. Shalom, shalom. Yahweh Shem Shem Shem. God the best.